Shalom. All praises to the Most High. All praises to His holy name. You know, Israel, that's why it's good to study to show yourself approved. Because people will put a restriction on you that the Most High does not. The Most High said He wants you to have life and life more abundantly. But if you, as Paul said, touch not, taste not, feel not, do not, can't not. That's the part of the law that the Most High doesn't say. My burden is light and my yoke is easy. But man, in his self-righteousness, and I'm not exclusive of that. I have to fight that part of me that want to put a law on somebody. I'm not trying to put the blame on nobody. I'm just trying to tell you what man does, man. Excuse me if you heard my stomach grind. I'm sorry. But that's why you got to study to show yourself approved, and we're gonna find out why Enoch is called the brother of the rocks. Why am I saying these things? Because he said if you don't speak out, the rocks will cry out. That's why Enoch is the brother of the rocks. He's crying out. So we follow a lot of people, and the people we follow say a lot of things that's not really true concerning Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. But I'm gonna let the rock cry out concerning. You can't get no more holier than Enoch. The Most High said he was a friend of the Most High, and he was translated that he did not taste death. So you couldn't get no more holier than Enoch. But I'm gonna share two things with you that the rocks cried out. Enoch, by the time he was 4 years old, his hair touched the ground. And his mother braided his hair to the power side. He didn't really say he had locks. He just said she braided his hair to the right, to the power side. And then rolled it up in a basket over his head, like. And then it said that I believe I'm gonna read to you on his fourth or his 10th birthday. They literally put it that way, birthday. In other words, they celebrated his birthday. And they gave him a gift, although it was a holy gift, but it was still a gift. And they celebrated his birthday. So who told us that we couldn't celebrate birthdays? I know I might have said it because I heard somebody else say it. I'm going to admit my fault. But as I'm studying to show myself approved, I happen to run across that. So if Enoch, mother, and matter of fact, Enoch was the son, I believe, of his father, and Jared had repented, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to read it to you. He was a child of his repentance. So he was straight out of repentance when he was born. So the fact that they celebrated his birthday and gave him a holy gift on his birthday, I mean, they say they celebrated birthdays. I think sometimes we put too much on stuff, man. But let me get to it. I said this is going to be a quick video, so I'm just not going to be a long one. But let me get to it. Out of the book of Remembrance. Enoch. I'm going to start at Seth, chapter 2, verse 54. And Kawa continued in her speech, in her blessing of Enoch. And she said, and secondly, this little son shall be called Ayalak, for all the watchers of heaven, because he is kin to those who are guardians of the oaks of Petah, guardians of the portal between the true natural world and the temporal world. And his kinship with them, he shall establish a city of holiness. The way back to Eden shall become known by his hand. And it should be according to the righteousness of Yahweh, that he will be found all his days, wearing the skins of the Ayal beast. And he shall walk with Yahweh before all the watchers of heaven. And for them there shall be none like him before, and none like him after. And again, Kawa said, and thirdly, in the eyes of Yahweh he shall be called great. For he shall establish the inheritance of Gabriel to be everlasting without beginning of days or end of years. That's the same way as the order of Melchizedek. And he shall move the very heart of Yahweh, and he shall act with power and great authority in behalf of the Holy Great One, insomuch that Yahweh shall view him as the one of the inscribed first, as the one inscribed first and among all of the men that he has created. See, even that statement right there let you know that there are some men that Yahweh didn't create. Why would he say inscribed first among all of the men that he has created? Told you the difference between man and the other called man is his image, both in their body and their spirit. And thus he shall be called Sariel. Note at the bottom, pronounced Sar-E-L. See Strong's 8269 from 8323. The guardian of the north. And he shall oversee all the communities of the covenant, doing all the course of the earth. And he shall be directed by Yahweh to tend to their instruction. And he shall set in place their times and behaviors. And he shall bring forth from the stones of the earth enlightenment. And they shall be his rock of revelation. What we're getting right now. And Sariel shall be known as a brother to Matzah the Lamb. That's who you call Jesus Christ today. Yahweh Shai. By all of the hosts of heaven as they stand before Yahweh. And thus this little one, O God, O Yahweh, is now delivered alive into your hands. And his hair shall be for a covering to show forth your honor. And it shall be the element of righteousness, to show his fellows that he is inscribed first among men. And his hair is to be combed with a branch of the minerosh bush. It has iridescent white bell-shaped flowers, and his hair is never to be cut, as a sign from Yahweh that he is the hope of Yahweh in the everlasting covenant that he made with Gabriel. What was that everlasting covenant he made with Gabriel? The origin of the Nazarite oath. So what's that say about Gabriel? Gabriel got long hair, braided to the power side. Well, you know, I'm just going by what Enoch hair is comb like, so I don't know for sure if Gabriel got combed to the power side, but he got long hair. And as our hair was cut and fell into the stream of Baca in the valley of Joash, even so shall his hair not be cut, but it should be made to grow and to call forth rivers of joy in the valleys of Eden. And his rib shall be one who is seen by Yahweh to be very delightful. And it came to pass that Kava prayed great prayers of blessings upon Enoch. And she called out to many of the watchers of heaven, calling to them to send blessings upon him. And she did not know their names, nor what all of their standing was before Yahweh. But those she knew to be holy were heard to be addressed in her petitions. And she prayed for his upbringing and his protection. And she said, "O Yahweh, may the waters of the earth bless him and bring his rib to him. And may the waters of sweetness flow from her to him all his days. And may his life be long in his walk with you. And may he stand firm in his joining and kinship with the guardians of the oaks of Petah." And it came to pass that the men of Anoe caused that the placenta at the birth of Enoch was buried in the birthing pit, in the very place where the feet of Kava had stood, while she was blessing him. And in this way they sealed her blessing upon him. And it was not able to be intruded upon by any of the hosts of Semahiah. That's another name for Satan, the devil. And it came to pass that all of the people bore witness, and they said, "What manner of child is this, who is inscribed before Yasakar?" That's Adam's. Yasakar was the name of Adam before he fell. "And who will tell Yasakar the news of?" And Kava said, Kava is the name of Eve before she fell. "And I shall tell him." And it came to pass that Enoch grew, and as I looked with the Urim, I saw him at his weaning near 2 years old. And his face is bright, and his eyes are sparkling, and he is happy. And his face is smooth and round, and his teeth are perfect. And Jared, his father, came home, and he beheld, that's Aki. I'm sorry. The brother of Jared is Aki. This is Jared. I'll use the term the brothers use, Shalakia. "And Jared, his father, came home, and he beheld his son with all his hair. And he cried out to Yahweh his thankfulness, that he could have a son in his repentance. For he supposed that all of his children had gone to dwell in the land of Tawa. And he knew not what had become of them. And he had not heard of their welfare. And he supposed that they were either consumed in the Nephilim's wars, the demon war, or they were embedded in the sins of those around them. And it came to pass that Enoch grew, and he was a lovely child, and his hair came to the ground in his 4th year. And I saw his mother combing it with the Memorah bush. It has 7 branches that are the same length. And it is small in her hand. And Baraka braided his hair towards the power side in the back. And it says she locked it. She says she braided it. Sounds more like French braids to me, because somebody was talking about French braids is evil. I heard of somebody preaching on it, teaching on it. This could be locks, but it didn't say it was locks. It said it was braided to the power side in the back and wounded around his head in the same direction as the sun moves around the heavens. It is piled on his head to look like a turban. And it came to pass that because Jared being halt upon his leg, he could no longer pursue his prey swiftly. He began to fish, and he gave up the ways of the hunter that caused his waywardness. And when he was brought home, Kava and Azura had left. And it came to pass that Jared rehearsed all that that befallen him when the men of Tawa in the taking of Ayala. And then Baraka knew from whence came the forces that were against Enoch in his birth. And she prayed earnestly for her children in the land of Tawa, and she had one other son that she hoped would stay in the pathway of righteousness. And it came to pass that Enoch grew. His father taught him in all the ways of righteousness. And Jared taught his son to move freely across the land. And he taught him healing herbs that hunters know. Taught him healing herbs and how to eat the herbs of the field. And he taught him how to sleep without being covered with the heavy dew of heaven. And he taught him many ways of the ancients in their use of the element of righteousness. And it came to pass that one day Enoch asked his mother, "How is it, mother, that my father became halt?" And she told him about the repentance of his father. And she prophesied to him, and that day would come when Jared would receive a new name. He would dwell in the city of Yahweh. He would be made whole through his repentance. By the grace of Yahweh. For his repentance was to come home, to walk in his strength with his family. And now he had done all of the Yahweh had asked of him, so that he may live. And it came to pass that when the time arrived for Enoch to receive the tablet that Kava had given his mother, Enoch was 10 years old. And he was much moved to be given the task of reading the tablet. And in the season of his birthday, in the dwelling made of grass where he was born, Enoch received the tablet. He received, even although it was a holy gift, he still received a gift on his birthday, which means they celebrated his birthday. And all his friends and relatives came to behold him. Even his friends and relatives came to his birthday celebration when he received the gift. That sounds like a gathering. It's a holy gathering for his birthday. It's still a birthday party. And when they all had gone, Enoch went along to the land in the midst of the stream, where he would resort to pray. And he unwrapped the tablet to behold it. That was his gift. And he's perplexed. because he could not tell anything about what it said. And he knew that Kava had said that it told how they had left Eden and how they may return again. And nothing came before his eyes that he could see. And there was no meaning upon the tablet that could discover, and Enoch wept. And neither his father nor his mother could answer his questions. And they never had heard of the reading and writing. And they did not know how making on stone could speak. And they did not know how markings on the stone could speak. And they'd never seen anything like the tablet before. With the passing of each day, Enoch became more and more perplexed, and he cried out, "Oh, Yahweh, how can I serve you? For I will fail to do that which you desire of me. And no man knows what it is that I shall do to become one that is called a scribe. And how can righteousness be inscribed upon a stone? Please help me and deliver me to be able to perform the task you have for me. Help me and help me. And come to my aid that I will not fail you." And the village of Anaways was troubled for him. And it came to pass that his father obtained for him the skin of the ayah. Enoch girded himself with it. And all his house had bark coverings in righteousness. And they prayed earnestly for Enoch. And it came to pass that Jared had a dream. And in it, Yahweh Shai told him to take the lad to visit Yasakai and Kava, his grandparent, so he may inquire of them concerning the tablet. And they took their journey through the land of Enoch, northward, and beyond the land of Maladeth, wherein Yasakai dwelt. And they were greeted with joy and gladness. And Yasakai took the boy into his lap, and he smiled upon him. And he said, "Is this the one who is inscribed before me?" And Enoch loved his father Yasakai, and their souls were joined. For all the hopes of Yasakai lay with the child, and all the expectations of Enoch were bound up in the desires of Yasakai had before Yahweh. And Yasakai rehearsed to Jared the covenant of Yahweh had made with him, and Baraka, the worshiper, and Enoch heard it all. There you have it. See, if we'd have threw away these books of remembrance that it was foretold, he said, these books was only given to those the Most High said that has a heart and a mind towards him. And he reserved these books for us, that we will know what the righteousness of our ancient ancestors was all about. I'm not telling you what to do, but I've just proven to you that Enoch, his mother, his dad, gave him a birthday party. And he received a gift. Although it was a holy party and a holy gift, but he still had a birthday party. And his hair was very long. Just like the rest of Howard Shai's hair was long. Paul. Hair was very long. John. Hair was long. And John the Revelator's hair was long, because it tells us he was translated like Enoch. In the same books of remembrance. At 75 years of age. He was translated. His hair was all white and it was long. So we got to stop believing what people tell us. We got to start studying to show ourselves approved, to know what thus says the law. So until next time, I'll bring you. I'll see some more little gems inside of these books that I can just give you a short explanation about things we've heard. But until that time, Shalom.